Nse barely slept that night. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the orange glow of the flames and heard his voice. "You killed." Those two words haunted her. She had pulled him out of death itself. Why would he say such a thing? By morning, the mansion was nothing but a black skeleton against the sunrise. The smell of ash clung to the humid Akwa air. The Bassey family gathered under a white canopy. Journalists snapping pictures. Police asking questions. Neighbors whispering. Chief Bassey stood tall beside his son Etim, who sat in a wheelchair. His forehead was bandaged, his expression unreadable. Nse stood alone, her hands clasped tightly. She didn't belong here, nor with these people of wealth and power. Yet, here she was, the one who had saved their heir. A police officer approached her. "Miss Nse, we have a few questions." Her pulse quickened. "About what?" The officer's voice was calm but pointed. "Etim says he saw you in his mother's room before the fire holding a lighter." Gasp from the crowd. Chief Bassey's voice was sharp. "Is that true?" Before Nse could speak, Etim's voice cut in, soft but deadly. "She killed her." Her knees almost buckled. Madam Bassey, dead in the fire. Everyone had called it a tragedy. Now they were looking at her like a murderer. Before she could defend herself, a frail but fierce voice rang out. "That's a lie." It was Ekaete, the elderly cook, stepping forward with fire in her eyes. "This girl risked her life for that boy. If anyone knows the truth, it's me." All eyes turned to her. Etim started that fire himself. Ekaete continued. "Ask him why his mother locked her cabinet 2 days ago and told me to keep the spare key safe in case something happens to me." The crowd murmured. Etim's head snapped up. "That cabinet has nothing to do with." But Chief Bassey was already signaling for the police to follow him into the burned house. The cabinet was in Madam Bassey's room, scorched around the edges but intact. The golden lock gleamed faintly through the soot. Ekaete handed over a small brass key from her pocket. "She gave me this the night she called her lawyer," she said quietly. Inside the cabinet were several files wrapped in plastic and a black flash drive. One officer opened the top file, Madam Bassey's updated will. It named Nse, the maid, as the sole owner of her waterfront property and 45 million naira in cash. Gasp filled the air. Etim's hands gripped the arms of his wheelchair. "This is forged," he shouted. The officer plunged the flash drive into a laptop. The video showed Madam Bassey seated at her desk, speaking to someone off camera. "I know you are my son, Etim, but you've gone too far. You've gone too far, Etim. I won't cover for you anymore," she said firmly. Etim stepped into frame, his face twisted with rage. "You think you can give my inheritance to a maid? I'm giving it to the only person in this house with a clean heart," she replied. He snatched a lighter from the desk, flicked it once, the flame dancing. "You will regret this." The screen went blank. The room was silent except for the distant sound of waves against the shore. The police officer turned to Etim. "Sir, you are under arrest for arson and suspected murder." Etim's eyes darted widely. "She planted that. She. But his voice was drowned out by the metallic click of handcuffs. Nse stood frozen. Her chest was tight, not from smoke this time, but from the weight of what she had just learned. Madam Bassey had trusted her enough to leave her everything. Etim had tried to burn that trust and her to ashes. As they led him away, Chief Bassey's gaze flickered to Nse. He didn't speak, but his face was carved with shame. Ekaete stepped closer and squeezed Nse's trembling hand. "She knew you were a special child. Now the world will know too." Nse looked at the smoking rooms of the mansion. She had entered this house as a poor maid. She was living as a woman who had faced fire, lies, and death, and walked away with the truth. And in that moment, she understood something. Life will test you in fire, not to destroy you, but to reveal who you really are. She had every reason to run, yet she chose courage over fear, and truth over silence. Her kindness and bravery, even when no one was watching, became the shield that saved her. Because in the end, character is wealth, and the riches of a good heart at last gold, mansions, and titles. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. Click on the link above to see this awesome video you wouldn't want to miss out. Please do well to subscribe, like, and comment, and share to your loved ones to learn life lessons. Bye.